Seth, I think I remember what we covered, buddy. So you've been doing your scale on the second string. We added the descending portion, so now we're going to go 8, 7, 6, 5. Now flatten your 7 and 6. Now we're going to run the two scales in parallel. E is the first note, G sharp's the third. That gives me a major third. Minor thirds look like that. Let's do a 5-note major third, parallel third scale. These are also nice to do down up, etc. And if you're improvising, it's nice to slide between the like ones, 2 and 3, and 4 and 5. You can extend this through all 5 root notes. The only anomaly, of course, would be the G and the B string. So in the key of A, key of D, G. Here's your anomaly, C. A number of ways you could finger that. Clearly, I F that up. You can experiment with fingering. And then back for the E, and we digress on that to say that you could play the Violent Femme song, which has a chromatic bit. Anytime you fill 2 to 3, you get the blue sound. And G is very common because the first 3 beats of the scale are, which you can hammer on and slide. Or you could chromaticize it. So Violent Femme went like this. Example of a funky little riff. Okay, so moving right along, you asked the questions about tenths. Take a G chord and analyze it. Here's your low G root, your middle G root, and your high G root. In every case, the middle note here is your B natural, which is your major third. So depending on which one you pair it with, you get a different interval. If you pair it with a low G, you get a tenth. So a 5-note run in tenths looks like this. If you pair it with the middle G, you get a major third. We're fingering those this way. We've already covered that. If you pair it with the high G, you get parallel sixths. Probably the most common of these 3. Any of these can be chromaticized. That gives you your famous turnaround that you already know. Okay, then we moved along and we talked about old man. Actually, we also added this. So you have your major active scales. If you substitute your pinky, they become minor. And so you're still sliding a whole step and you're keeping every parameter the same except for substituting your 4th finger. There's your B shift. The 3rd string is always an anomaly as a starting point because you immediately hit the B string. So here, slide on your 3rd finger. Stretch your hand, slide on 3, and you still go a whole step. And then you can build compounds the same way. Okay, old man. You take a D chord, you shift it up till you get to this F triad. So as you mentioned, it's a D minor 7 chord. Kind of an interesting voicing of that. But what we're going to do is let the 1st string go, which, if you think about it, as a D adds a 9th. And here's what we did. You put the root on the downbeat, and hammer on into the chord with your 1st finger. And we went. So the first beat is, excuse me. And the subsequent 2 start with the hammer on. Down, up, hammer, down, up, down, up. And this is the more sort of precise part. Play the root and hammer the 1st string. And play 3, 2, 3. And then I'm going to do a pull off with my pinky on the 1st string. Back to the G string. Open first, and then the third string. Yeah, explain it right. Let me just play it slowly. You'll get it. Excuse me. Here's your whole intro. Okay, and the verse is primarily based on a progression that goes D, F, C, G, with a couple of variations. Oh man, look at my life. 2 beats per chord, 24, and there's so much more. Live alone in a paradise that makes me think. The second one goes C to F. Love, let's repeat the first progression. Give me things that won't get lost. Like a coin is the anomaly. It goes D, C, F, G. And then you have your G scale 1. G, A, B, C, D is the downbeat for the chorus chord, which is D. A minor 7, E minor 7 on the off beat. So that's the chorus move. And then the only other move is during the verse on the C chord. This is kind of the instrumental bit that connects the verses, but it goes. I'm going to explain that. You play the root of your C chord, hammer on the D, then G is open to open, back to the 2nd fret D string, then open G, D2, D open, C root, and then land your G chord. I know that was a kind of a rough explanation without a tab. So I think I cheated something in there. Do it one more time. It still wasn't right. Kind of hard to get that all in there, but you can experiment with it. Was there anything else useful from your lesson? I think that's it, man. Let me know if I missed something.